There are 4 rules you need to know to solve simple equations with exponents. These are alphi, molphi, sulphi, and molf base. Let's start with alphi. Alphi stands for additive law for exponents. When you see a problem like s squared plus s to the power of 8, all you have to do is add the exponents. Just think about it as being s plus s and 8 s's. Now, just add the s's together. This would equal s to the power of 10. Molphi stands for multiplicative law for exponents. Let's say you're looking at an equation like this one. S squared to the power of 8. To use Molphi, you have to multiply the 2 exponents together. 2 times 8. This would be 16. So your answer would be s to the power of 16. Now, what do you think sulphi means? That's right, subtractive law for exponents. If you had an equation like this, s to the power of 8 divided by s squared, you can look at it like this. 8 s's over s squared. So it would be 8 s's over 2 s's. And all you have to do is cancel out 2 s's on both top and bottom. Then you would find your answer, which would be s to the power of 6. I find so much fun in math, don't you? But what if the exponents are the same? Well, that's where molf base comes in. Let's look at an example. 5 to the power of 3 times 2 to the power of 3. All you must do is multiply the bases, 2 and 5. So it would equal 10 to the power of 3. So easy!
When I majored in algebra at University Academy, I knew that math would be a part of my life in every way imaginable. This was until I discovered radicals. Math at its finest.
A radical is another name for a root. Not all numbers have perfect roots, so you need to simplify the root as best you can to make it smaller and easier to understand. Radicals act like variables in an equation, so let's look at them together. Say you had a number like this. Square root of 98. But 98 doesn't have a perfect root. You must think of numbers that multiplied together make 98. Preferably numbers that have a perfect root. 64 and 3? No. 36 and 4? No. Not that either. What about 49 and 2? Yes. Perfect. Now, under the square root, write 49 times 2. In order to make this smaller, you must take out the perfect root. In this case, be 7, but you leave 2 there. See how much smaller that is? But you can do other things with radicals than just simplify. You can add, subtract, and multiply these beautiful numbers. Let's start with multiplying. Let's say you had a problem that looked like this. 6 square root 10 times 7 square root 10. All you must do is multiply the two numbers in front of the square and the two numbers under the square. This would look like 35 square root 100. Now, simplify like we did before. Because the square of 100 is a perfect 10, you can take it out. But then you must multiply it by the numbers outside of the square. This would look like 35 times 10 equals 350. And there's your answer. Let's move on to addition. Do you remember multi base, where the exponents stayed the same even after you added the numbers? In order to add radicals, you must get all the roots to be the same number. Here you have 20, 30, and 40. In order to get all the roots at the same number, you must think about the number that they all have in common. That isn't a perfect square. Let's try 5. 4 square root 5 plus 6 square root 5 plus 8 square root 5. Great! Now let's simplify some more. Now, because all the roots are 5, you can keep the root in the answer 5 and just add the three numbers outside of the root together. 18 square root 5. Excellent! Now, let's move on to division. But when it comes to radicals, it's more like subtraction. Say you have an equation like this. Square root of 9 divided by square root of 18. Now, first you must get rid of the root in the denominator. Here's one way you can go about this. All you must do is multiply the numerator and the denominator by the denominator. This changes the bottom number because it's like squaring the root, so it turns into a whole number. Now we can simplify. 81 goes into 162 2 times. The square root of 81 is 9. So that goes on the outside. 9 square root 2 over 18. 9 over 18 is the same as 1 over 2. So the answer is the square root of 2 over 2. Amazing work! Our time together is short, my friends. Let me leave you with this. Math is with you always. It will never leave your side. It is with you outside, in your bedroom, in the loo, with you while you do your business. It's always with you. And may you have a wonderful night and dream of algebra.